Hello, myself Dr. Smell-Bell-Verbal ENT from Hyderabad. Now, let me tell you, summarize you the 2020 as a part of our lives, which has taken toll of our lives, especially comparing with the cranial nerves that we study in medicine. January, it was like olfactory nerve. We smelled the happiness of 2020, Vision 2020. We open up our eyes, listening to a news that there was some virus that is discovered in Wuhan, China, but we are not having any problem. So happily sniffing like an olfactory nerve, we were doing that. And went into February. February is like optic nerve. So we have opened up the eyes and like we have that vision with that eyes, with those eyes. So we have had an idea about how something called as coronavirus, novel coronavirus, COVID-19 has been attacking our lives. So that is about the optic nerve, February. Oculomotor nerve, the third nerve, that is the March. So by the way, the March came, we were marching ahead with all our troubles and tensions. We were looking this side, up and down, and all the ways wherein we try to have our, except our lateral rectus and superior oblique muscles, which are supplied by other cranial nerves. This particular oculomotor, that is the third cranial nerve, that is March. We were looking at all the problematic things about this coronavirus all over the world and listening to that. April, that is like superior oblique is by fourth cranial nerve, SO4, superior oblique. So intorsion and depression, a small amount of depression. Superior oblique intorsion, that is towards inside. We were thinking about ourselves and we got depressed personally into our minds and thinking that something wrong is going to happen in this world and the world is going to collapse like that. Like superior oblique muscle supplied by the fourth cranial nerve, that is the trochlear cranial nerve, and it is the April that went on like that. That was the trochlear nerve in the April. So we had a starting of that lockdown, etc., etc. Next comes the trigeminal nerve, that the fifth cranial nerve, that is May. So how it went on like that. So May was seemingly a very big month with all these, going on into this particular lockdowns and getting into still a deeper way of depression into our minds, but never lost our hope. That's a different issue. So largest, mightiest or largest cranial nerve, that is fifth cranial nerve, that is supplying the ophthalmic, maxillary, and mandibular divisions. We were having different thoughts on our face, putting your expressions on the face in a weird manner and thinking about it. So we were having all the reflexes like crying, etc., etc., and also taste with the lingual nerve, as we see that, and we had that in the May. So having all the lemon taste and all, having the vitamin C, etc., etc. And June, so LR6, lateral rectus. We are seeing towards the other side. If you take the right eye, you are looking laterally, and we started thinking laterally also. Lateral rectus went away. So laterally, we were thinking like that, and we are having ideas whether we can get away or not in that manner. So that was the sixth cranial nerve. That is abducens. That is the June. It went like that, and July, that is the seventh cranial nerve. Oh, we had all that, all the tension in our mind and putting expressions like this, lifting our eyebrows like this, and putting your levator labia superior eloquent essay like this, and when are we going to get away from this problem? And putting all the types of weird facial expressions and moving our heads like this, moving our ears like this, and we were trying to open up our ears also like this, and we are doing all these activities being in the indoor and so whatnot and whatnot, all the expressions possible. We were in the midst of that particular year, and we had all the experiences like that with the seventh cranial nerve. and we had the taste of everything, and we were crying also sometimes. Sometimes the lacrimation also came with the greater supervision petrol love, and sometimes we had the taste, wow, of the lemon also. Once again, like the triamino now and antidote to those corda timpani now supplying the facial now branch supplying the taste sensations, and by that way we are having all the taste and all, and once again having all the expressions in the face. And when we went on to going for, that is eighth cranial now, after the facial now you had the vestibulocochlear now, we were trying to hear, oh, okay, we were hearing the news about the vaccine, okay, corona vaccine is surely going to come, and we had a balance in our life, that state balance, okay, we are going to have a balance like vestibulocochlear now, vestibular for the balance, and cochlear now for the hearing. We had a good news, and sometimes we felt very happy. So of course, some of the famous people like say SP Balasubramanian ji, they went sick, and the music lovers were feeling bad about that. Even after hearing that news, also there's some amount of panic. And getting into the ninth month, that was about the August, and getting into the ninth month, that is when we have the September, that is the glossopharyngeal now. So we had all the fears with swallowing, as you could see, and then posterior two-thirds of the first one-third of the tongue also we were having the tasting of the food and whatnot, the pain inside the throat sometimes because of the corona itself. So we had the balance of the life, and we had the fear of the life about like swallowing like this, and then having all the features of this glossopharyngeal now, that is the posterior one-third, and pain inside the ears also because of the particular Jacobson's nerve, that we could get the pain, and then also the pain in the tonsillar region, that we could have radiation because of the ninth cranial nerve. We lost very great people like singers and whatnot, and someone like Maradona, great football players. All those people and a lot of celebrities are lost in that manner. So that was about the ninth cranial nerve, glossopharyngeal nerve, that is the September, and 10th cranial nerve, October vagus. We felt, very long, very long, long. How much long? Longest cranial nerve, vagus now, supporting our hearts also, dig. We had a lot of sensations, and even in the ears also we had a lot of painful sensations, and also the cough reflex, all those things, and whatnot. We had the gastric reflexes also, everything because of this corona. And that is the vagus now, that is mediating everything, longest cranial now, like a vagabond. The month is not at all passing. And when will this corona crisis will be ending? We were thinking like that. That was about the vagus now. And then when you come to the 11th month, like November, you are always struggling like this. So when is this year going to be over? We don't know. When is this corona going to be over? We don't know. So when is this vaccine going to come? We don't know. All these things we were having in our minds about this, corona, and our lives also. And that was the spinal accessory now we had got. So then about the December, that is the 12th cranial hypoglossal now, we were listening about all the music about this good ending of this 2020, and we will have a very good 2021. And we were talking with our mouths like this, with the hypoglossal cranial now supplying all the intrinsic muscles of the tongue, as we could see that, and most of the intrinsic muscles of the tongue, as we could see that, we are listening about the good news that is going to come. So all these cranial nerves have taught us something about this particular year, and this 12 months have taught us about this particular year. Hope this corona crisis is almost like, something which can be masterable, but it is not away from us. We should be very careful in that manner. So always try to wear the mask, and always try to have the sanitizer along with you, and always try to wash your hands, and always try to have a social distance, so that you can get away from this. This is Dr. Smell-Bell-Verbal signing off with a variety New Year wishes for you all people. Dr. Smell-Bell-Verbal, ENT from Hyderabad, mixing the cranial nerves and 12 months of the year, especially how we felt during the corona period 2020. Bye bye 2020, and wish you for a happy 2021. The one thing which you can do is get away from all the diseases and stay happy. Thank you very much.